Johnny Depp trial, live, jury begins deliberation in Amber Heard defamation case. Closing arguments have concluded in Amber Heard's defamation trial in the case brought against her by ex-husband Johnny Depp. The jury is now deliberating on the 6 weeks of testimony but has been sent home for the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Heard is being sued by Depp for $50 million for implying he abused her in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed. Although she didn't name him, he claims her allegations impacted his ability to work. She is pursuing a counterclaim of $100 million. In Depp's closing argument, his lawyers asked jurors to give him his life back after he claims it was ruined by Heard's allegations of domestic abuse. They alleged Heard would rather be in a fight than let the actor leave, called her claims an act of profound cruelty to true survivors, and said that she gave the performance of her life on the stand. Her lawyer said a ruling in favor of Depp would make jurors an accomplice to his abuse and to his campaign of global humiliation, and called out the actor for laughing and snide comments during closing, adding he engaged in victim blaming at its most disgusting. Explained, the fight where Johnny Depp's finger was severed. Over 6 weeks of explosive testimony in the trial opposing Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, one especially grueling fight has captured prominence in the case. What's become known as the severed finger incident unfolded in March 2015 when the couple were staying in Australia while Depp filmed the 5th installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Depp and Heard each shared their own accounts of the events that led to Depp losing the tip of his finger, with him alleging that it was cut when Ms. Heard threw a vodka bottle at him. Ms. Heard said she was not awake when the injury occurred and claimed that Depp assaulted her with a vodka bottle the same night. Attorneys for both actors brought in their own medical experts to testify about the injury and what could have caused it, while witnesses for Depp described efforts to locate the tip of the finger. The jury was also shown countless grueling photos of Depp's wound as well as messages he wrote in blood and paint on the walls that night. Whether jurors choose to believe Mr. Depp or Ms. Heard's account of the fight is likely to have huge implications on the outcome of the case in which both stars claim they were victimized by the other. Most explosive moments so far in star-studded defamation trial. Over 6 weeks of testimony. Jury heard from string of witnesses including the couple's friends, psychiatric experts, surgeons and the actors themselves. Testimony painted captivating and disturbing portrait of a doomed marriage, laying bare violent fights, drug use and vicious words to each other. The trial's bizarre parasocial fans. Within hours of a makeup company posting about the trial on TikTok, a Johnny Depp fan turned up at the courthouse in Virginia to hand-deliver evidence to Depp's lawyers. Another posts videos online suggesting a secret relationship between Depp and his lawyer, Camille Vasquez. Her lawyer says she should win case even if she cut Depp's finger off with an axe. Amber Heard's lawyer raised eyebrows in his closing argument as he sought to downplay the importance of a fight in which Johnny Depp's finger was severed. Hours of testimony in the defamation trial opposing the Hollywood stars centered around a violent incident in Australia in 2015, during which the tip of Mr. Depp's finger was cut. Jack Sparrow cosplayers, court campers and dogs dressed as lawyers. For the last 6 weeks, hundreds have descended on the Fairfax County Courthouse in Virginia for the defamation trial between Johnny Depp. With the trial drawing to a close, Rachel Sharp speaks to the fans about why they turned up. Her lawyers accused Depp of victim blaming at its most disgusting. Amber Heard's lawyer Benjamin J. Roddenborn accused Johnny Depp of victim blaming at its most disgusting during his closing argument at the couple's defamation trial. Taking the jury through the individual sentences in Ms. Heard's 2018 The Washington Post op-ed. At the heart of Mr. Depp's $50 million lawsuit against her, and why they weren't defamatory in nature. Mr. Rottenborn on Friday reminded the jury of Ms. Heard's testimony earlier. Her lawyer calls out Depp for laughing and snide comments in court. Amber Heard's lawyer accused Johnny Depp of laughing and making snide remarks in court as the jury was shown a video that the actor himself previously said showed him assaulting. Closing arguments disrupted as storm warning blares through courtroom. Closing arguments in the defamation trial opposing Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were disrupted on Friday as a storm warning blared through the courtroom. Ms. Heard's attorney Ben Rottenborn was in the middle of his closing at the court in Fairfax, Virginia, when phones began to go off, causing him to pause. Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard closing arguments disrupted as storm warning blares through courtroom. Heard attorney Ben Rottenborn was in the middle of his closing at the court in Fairfax, Virginia, when phones began to go off. Closing arguments in the defamation trial opposing Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were disrupted on Friday as a storm warning blared through the courtroom. Ms. Heard's attorney Ben Rottenborn was in the middle of his closing at the court in Fairfax, Virginia, when phones began to go off, causing him to pause. Judge Penny Oscarit gently instructed anyone in the courtroom to silence their phones before Mr. Rottenborn continued. Live streams from the courtroom then became choppy, perhaps due to the weather. Mr. Rottenborn's closing argument centered around the message that ruling in favor of Mr. Depp would make jurors an accomplice to his abuse and campaign to subject Ms. Heard to global humiliation. In closing for the other side, attorney Camille Vasquez urged jurors to give Mr. Depp his life back after it was ruined by Ms. Heard's vicious. Mr. Depp is suing his ex-wife for defamation over a 2018 op-ed she penned for the Washington Post, where she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. The Pirates of the Caribbean actor is not named in the article, which is titled "I Spoke Up Against Sexual Violence, and Faced Our Culture's Wrath." That has to change. However, Mr. Depp claims that it falsely implies that he is a domestic abuser, something that he strongly denies, and that it has left him struggling to land roles in. He is suing for $50 million. Ms. Heard is countersuing for $100 million, accusing Mr. Depp of orchestrating a smear campaign against her and describing his lawsuit as a continuation of abuse and